Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Okay. And they're showing me we're on. I'll mute this so I don't get any bounce back. Okay. All right. We are live now. And anybody who is out there, first I'm going to want to introduce Chains of Razors. We have William, Andy, and Mikey are all here. And Mikey, where's my fucking phone?
It's on its way.
Yeah, I bet.
On its way.
I was talking to Mikey the other day when he was at the phone store. I was like, hey, give me a phone, man. Okay. If any of you want to come and take part, definitely. I wanted this to be more than text chat. So all you need is the Zoom app on any device you have. And then just click join a meeting and type in 876-109-5712. And I will keep repeating that, and I will type it up here in the chat window as well. So you don't have to completely remember that right now. Just go get the Zoom app.
What up, Will?
What's going on?
What are you making for dinner today?
It's already over with, which is caprese chicken.
Nice.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna go for Taco Bell.
Well, makes sense.
Taco Bell. Hey, question. When did Taco Bell get so expensive, man? Well, I'm setting this up.
I don't know, man. I remember those tacos used to be 39 cents.
I hadn't been to a Taco Bell for like, I don't know, 2.5 years or something like that. And then the other night I was doing a show in Janesville, Wisconsin. And the only place that was near my hotel after the show was a Taco Bell. So I thought, well, what the hell? I'll just stop there and I'll get like a Crunchwrap Supreme and a burrito. And $15, man.
Wow.
Yeah, and they don't give you the complimentary sauces.
Oh no. In it,
You have to ask.
when you ask, they'll give you like two.
Yeah.
Remember when they used to give you like a handful?
It
Yeah,
used to be
the
a
whole
bag
bag.
dedicated for it.
I was like, damn, man.
Same with their cinnamon twists. You'd order that and it'd be like a half bag full of them. Now it's like 4.
And you got
Now
tacos the other day and no sauce. And I was like, seriously? This is the driest taco ever.
I don't know. I was mesmerized, man. Burrito on crunch wrap Supreme, and it was like 15. Well, I don't know, 13.40 something or whatever.
I think the
but
Crunch Wrap though is the best that they offer. That thing kicks ass.
they are good, man. But it's like I don't want to pay $5 for it. That's
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's like cuisine or anything. Okay. I have the unique user ID up. And once again, if anybody missed it, put the Zoom app on your device, or if you have the Zoom app, click join a meeting and type that number in that I posted up like on the YouTube site up in the chat window, 876-109-5712, and you will pop in. And we're just going to start with it as normal, as if like, hey, nobody's here. We're just doing it. We're with Chains of Razors. And last time it was like a year ago when Andy and Mikey V were with me. William, you were busy doing something. I can't remember what it was, but I got the excuses. And I was like, okay, now I understand. First off, it is fucking awesome to have you guys on Real Rock Nights again. Now, your last tune was Behind These Eyes, did very, very well. And now your new charting tune, Broken Home, dude, you're in the 20s. Well, yeah, you're in the 20s. You'll be in the teens soon. I got my fingers crossed, man. I should say in the 20s as of now, because the new chart comes out tomorrow.
That's right.
And I am hoping for top 20.
We're 26 now as of last week. So yeah, let's see if we could crack it. See if we can match what Behind These Eyes did or beat it. So it's cool to see it. There's an up arrow. That means it's still going strong. I mean, battling against Metallica and Stained and Avenged Sevenfold. It's been a hell of a battle.
Like
for position.
how does that fill you guys? Like when you look and you see like Foo Fighters, Metallica, Mammoth WVH. I mean, well, Wolfgang Van Halen, he's got that Van Halen name behind him, and then all of a sudden Chains of Razors. What goes through your mind?
Well, it's surreal for sure. Didn't expect it, so I'm enjoying all the ride of it.
Same here. It's when you find out about it, you don't even know what to expect, and you just watch it, and then you're seeing who you're basically sharing the room with, and you're like, that's insane. I'm listening to their music. I'm going to their concerts pretty soon, and here I am sharing the same area with them. It's pretty cool to see that. I try not to overthink about it or anything like that, but it is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool hand raiser to see that kind of stuff.
When you were last time we talked, you talked about being like 10, 11. And this is Andy and Mikey. I want to ask you, William, too, like when the music bug hit you. But back then, when you're with little kids, did you ever think anything like that would happen?
Never.
No.
I mean, you'd be playing Metallica songs.
Yeah.
I mean, playing your favorite artists when you were a kid, and then it's like, now we're sharing the same chart. It's like, what? Learning Master of Puppets. I mean, playing the most difficult stuff, and then here it is. And it just I don't think you can put in words what it. I mean, it's just jaw dropping. That's the only thing I could say. And just looking at the chart, you're like, what? Somebody smacked me. Is this real?
If somebody now went back then to tell me when I was 11 that I'd be sharing with the same favorite artist that I'm listening to, then I'd be like, you're delusional. Like, get away from me. It's impossible. And
So
now I see it.
when did the bug bite you, William? When did you were like, hey, I want to be a rocker. I think I want to sing.
Oh, the singing part. Well, I picked up a guitar first with Hendrix and Gilmore.
Okay.
Yeah, when I put the guitar down, or at least like put it to the side, and then picked up a mic was when I heard the band Snot.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Oh yeah.
I was obsessed. I listened to it one summer day, just front to back to front, and I was just like, okay, well, this looks like fun. So maybe I'll just put the guitar down, and pick up a mic.
So would you say that like the type of music that Snot plays, would you say that is your first love?
For vocals, yes, I fell in love with
Okay.
the way that it sounded. That was like, to me, I called it, I don't know, I just made something up like surfer metal. It just it hit me in a different way than any other like new metal band at the time or metal band at the time hit me.
So I'm trying to type stuff in this chat window and talk at the same time. And my third brain cell hasn't kicked in yet. So I'm kind of having a little bit of problem. Okay. I want to talk about the video for Broken Home. Who came up with the idea for the animation aspect?
Oh man, dude, we've always wanted to do an animated video. Just trying to figure out how to even get something like that going, just the undertaking of that, because it's not like you can just film it and then there you go, there's a video. I mean, we're talking animation, like hundreds of hours to even do a 4-minute video.
Yeah.
And then Will's like, we should do a video, we should get it animated. It's like, okay, cool. Where do you even start looking? So we just started just putting out a bunch of emails out, trying to find companies that can help put together the animation. And one of the companies, I can't remember their name, they're gonna probably hate me for this, but they came back and they could rotoscope us, which is cool. So I was like, okay, I'm like, we'll send you the videos of what we have. Like they had I only had a video of like a live performance to send, which was dark as hell. So they probably hate my guts right now. So I'm sorry. You probably cannot see it very well. With them, they had the ability to at least like do green screening or to
Yeah.
capture their performance for it. But the drums, I'm sure they just hate my
Yeah.
guts.
To take real footage and then turn you into a cartoon. I was like,
Yeah.
man, I look way cooler as a cartoon than I do in person. Like, all right, I'm in. And I mean, God,
So it was
100,000
actually,
footage.
I explained to me exactly how that works because, it comes straight from the video.
Right. So when you rotoscope, it's actually a process that Disney actually developed years ago. All
Okay.
early Disney films, when you watch it, whether it be like Cinderella, Pinocchio, all that stuff, they actually had live performers on stage acting it out and singing. And then they took that video and they had the artist basically trace the character out.
Oh, wow.
That's how they do it. So that's what rotoscoping is. You're basically tracing us out frame by frame for 24 frames for every second
Yeah.
to basically create the animation. And then you're basically taking that and coloring it or doing whatever we want to do based upon the video. So can only imagine like hours upon hours of a team of people trying to do that.
And to make it interesting.
Right.
A lot of, I mean, every clip is less than how many seconds per clip, so it doesn't get stale. So it was just constant movement, and it really added a different element to the video, or to the song, I should say, and the feel and just the energy of what the song brings. Then having that animation just was when we got it back, I was like, man, this is killer.
That's
Yeah.
wild I did not know that it had been around that long.
Yeah. It's
Actually,
like
the Disney used it.
Yeah, they basically pioneered it. You could actually look up, like, if you just want to do random YouTube's like videos, just look up like Disney rotoscoping, and you'll see literally like the actors performing it on stage, and then they'll show you the animation and how they hand drew over that and literally motion captured. That's why it looks so realistic back then. That's what they were so well known for, is that realism. You'll see it's literally performance frame by frame, finger by finger, arm, everything done is exactly performed on stage that you're seeing animated. And it's crazy to see that. So it's a very same process now. Obviously, it's easier to use computers compared to back then when they had to trace it over a plate, but it's a really cool old school process that still works.
Yeah, and to get it done in time while the song is doing what it's doing on radio. So that was the other thing. It's like, okay, I don't want to rush it, but we do want it out there, and we got it in reasonable time.
I think it was 2 months that was being worked on.
Yeah.
2 months. So was your song already on the charts when you were
It was
trying to get this back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That blows, man, when you don't
Really trying to
try to time something out,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And it's because I've had the same problem with like a shitload of stuff. Oh, well, hell, our public live today. I didn't know that. I haven't used Facebook for years, man. Since Twitter has that new CEO, like all my other shit got banned. So I went back to Facebook, and now it takes like 24 hours for them to okay boosting of a post, because I wanted to, I was like, well, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So I think it was up like worldwide for like, I don't know, 7 hours. I was like, oh man, I just wasted like,
and then you lost all your power.
oh well, shit happens. Broken Home. Is this like an amalgamation of ideas from all sorts of people, or is this kind of one person's experience? Where does that? There was one line in there that blew me away. It's leave if you want, but I'm going to see this through. And tell me a little bit about where that came from.
For me, it was past experiences. And you know, there's certain people that stick around when it's toxic, or they
Yeah.
stay around when it's toxic, and it's almost like a play on words. It's kind of like I'm going to, but I'm not really going to. I can't do that anymore because it hurts me. So it's pretty much just saying I'm going to stick this through, as in I'm going to leave. I'm going to get myself out of it.
Okay. And was this your experience basically, or is this something you talked about, all of you guys together, where you were like, hey, well, I've had this shit happen, I've had this happen, I've had that happen, and you
I think
all kind of get it?
I think everyone's, at least gone through something like that at least once in their life. And I don't know, I can't speak for the brothers, but
We've been there.
Yeah. It's
so it's just it's an ode to that, and trying not to stay into something like that, trying to get out of that, because
Okay.
there's better things for you.
Because there's what? Better things for you?
Yeah, better,
So what you-
a better future for you.
That's true, man. And the thing that I thought was so cool was um I'm going to see this through part is because there are so many people that bail on no matter what it is, even if it's like a business venture or something like that. If shit doesn't happen within a couple months, bang, they're gone.
Yeah.
And how many times, like just looking at bands, how many musicians do you know who have quit bands and then all of a sudden their song, like they get a single in the charts or something?
So
Yeah,
common.
a lot of times.
I've seen it where people jump out of bands just because it's been a couple months, and then you find out 8 months later they join another, and then they do the same thing and they jump out, and they don't ever stick with one thing. They're just indecisive, and I think that's just more destructive in the long run because you're not really moving.
Progressing at all.
Yeah,
I mean, it's about the journey, and I mean, to be rock and roll, you got to live it. And there's no other way, and that's what, I mean, just in heavy metal or rock and roll, that's what's so genuine about listening to artists, because you know that they're really going through something. It's not made up, none of that fake bullshit. I mean, you have to live it to be it. That's it. There's no other way. And when it starts coming through on, into the music, I mean, it's there. You're laying it all out on the
Sure.
table.
So when you started, uh, before, what was it like before you actually, or just as you were starting to like play bars, 17 people and like 10 of them are friends and girlfriends of the band, what was that like? Was that discouraging for you, or did it make you push even harder?
definitely pushing harder because you want a larger group of people to connect with. And obviously your friends, your girlfriends, anybody would, even family members, know what you're going through right then and there already. It's sharing that with everybody else who's going through the same thing, wondering, are they alone? That's the big thing. A lot of people don't talk about that kind of stuff. They just keep to themselves. Everybody is in the same, boat basically. It's just a matter of time when you connect with them and they realize that they're not alone.
I mean, especially in an industry that can be very discouraging.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like obstacle after obstacle. I mean, it's like, now what? What the fuck I gotta deal with now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an industry where they'll break your one leg, and then as soon as the other
Yeah.
one heals, they'll be like, let me get the other one, just because I kind of just gave you let you have some mercy
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever have people tell you, okay, I want it done this way, you have to do it this way, try to move you into their view of what Chainsaw Over Razors should be?
I mean, when we were in bands before COR was created, there were moments like that where, I mean, you were sitting at a table with a panel people talking about you as if you weren't even there.
Mm.
And it was like, this is fucking weird.
Oh,
And
really?
I was like, I'm right here, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
My experience with that though, that kind of was the strangest thing is that literally they asked like, what do I do in the group? And I'm like, I help write the song. And they're like, you know how to write songs. You're just a
Yeah.
drummer. And I'm like, no, I'm not just a drummer. And then like to my right, there's a guy walking in who is possibility to be a replacement drummer because they just want to switch it out. And I'm like,
crazy. Yeah.
what? And I'm like, why would you want to do that? You know, and that I've seen that happen where it's just like, no, I'm an integral part of, you know, writing with whoever I'm writing with. So no, I am not replaceable. You know?
Yeah. So, I mean,
I don't care what you say.
so, I mean, just when COR was created and Deco picked us up and then working with Carmine, they just let us be us. And that was a great feeling. They didn't want to stifle out any fire we had in what we were writing. They let us have full reign on it. And you know, and to actually listen to our ideas, I was like, okay, finally, we're working with people that give a shit. And that was a game changer for us. And I mean, it's showing right now. We're seeing the results of it.
Once again, talking to Changeable Razors, and you actually did you redo your logo to COR?
Yeah,
We did. So
No, I noticed that. So do you want to go by COR or do you want to, because I know was it Savage After Midnight did the same thing. They want to be known as Sam, but so they have one logo that's one thing and one logo that's another thing. Now, you guys want to be known as COR?
well, we have that as basically the acronym because a lot of people just say that at shows like short, like who are you gonna go see, you know, this weekend? Oh, we're gonna go see COR, you know. So
Okay.
we wanted to make sure even on the album artwork that we had that on there to show that that represents us. So when you see COR, you know, it's Chains Over Razors, you know. So a lot of people want to, you know, just like STP, I'm gonna go see STP, you know, I'm gonna go see 7D, you know, something quick, or AIC for Alice in Chains or something. So we wanted to do something similar. So there's a connection, you know, with somebody who doesn't want to say the whole name all the time, all the way through. They could just say COR and they know who you are.
And
So,
even with booking, I mean, they always just acronymed it. And
Right.
COR want to do this gig. Sure. You know, let's rock. So it's something that just kind of happened and we just went with it.
But
you
just
know?
because I know it's even it's almost natural to do that with bands. It's
Yeah.
like just, you know, use like an acronym that way. So
Yeah.
I kind of get it, man.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to take part in the chat, definitely 876-109-5712. And it is not just text chat. You can actually ask the guys questions, pledge your love, propose. I don't care what the hell you do. Like, just come on here, man. Guys, last time I spoke to you, Mikey, you give a few shameless plugs. Are you still using your XFX 3?
I am. And I just got a second one. So I have a backup.
I was
ready
gonna
to
ask,
go.
did they upgrade to a better version or
The more memory banks, so I could create more presets for our songs, which is great. Different lighting, nothing too crazy, but it's still doing the job. Yeah.
okay?
I
Now
was waiting to do a shameless plug.
hey, you can throw them out here anywhere. I don't know. Did you get any money from XFX 3 for the last
No,
one?
they just took my money.
Okay. All right. With those extra presets. Now this question goes to Will and Andy. With those extra presets, how much time is he wasting?
0. It's actually faster. I get more time for them to help me move my shit on stage and off stage because now it's simpler for setup. So I'm the guy who takes the most time now, where it used to be he used to take 45 minutes. So now he can't give me an excuse of helping me move my drum set on and off stage.
I mean, we used to bring out enough gear for a 5-piece band. I would have to split my signal to a bass rig, and get that to transpose down, switch to the guitar, all the cables. I mean, just forever. And now it's like, here's my bass signal and here's my guitar signal.
And then I'm like, here's my drum rack. You can help move me.
Yeah. So
I didn't know if he would be sitting there playing. Oh, that doesn't sound quite right.
Yeah, I'll end up in our studio messing around with it, and the OCD kicks in, and I'm fine tuning it more and improving it. I mean, but they keep releasing updates every Friday, so it's like, fuck. Now I gotta update this because of this cool new thing that they just did. Damn it! Now I gotta do it twice.
Okay, almost paying to go insane. I understand. I guess sort of. I don't know.
But it really became part of the sound of the band. Again, we tracked the record with it and really put in perspective of, okay, I got to play guitar and bass at the same time, and really wrote around that, and then, even like with Broken Home, I mean, that song, how it took shape, just happened that way, almost a machine feel to it, the sonicness of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, again, thank you, Fractal.
I think the drums for that song was probably the biggest.
We'll screen capture that and start posting it.
I'm going to turn into a meme.
What were you saying, Eddie? I'm
I
sorry.
was saying that song, that was probably the biggest pain in the ass song on the record to do drums for.
Yeah.
Because it's not just there's one where I'm playing one drum type of drum beat, and then I had to go back and play another one over it, and then I had to go back and layer trash cans, playing trash cans over it, and then go back and play. I had to play like a cymbal pattern on top. Dude, it was like 172 tracks of like drums just to create the sound that it sounds like on there, just to make it sound the way it does. Like I fucking hated recording that song by the end. I was like, I'm done with this song. I want to move on to another.
That's wild when you see
it live.
That's wild when you see like the way stuff is actually created.
Yeah.
And then hear it afterwards, and it's like, holy shit, all that work for like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. And in this song, it would be all that work for just the verses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then we had to figure out how to play it. I'm like, well, how do I play this now? How do I make it sound like that live, but playing this part? And I actually had to like rethink both parts and kind of do like a combination of both. So that way it had the same rhythm feel of the song at the same time on basically not me playing. I would love to be playing trash cans, but I'm not carrying trash cans to a live show. I already got enough junk, but that would be pretty cool. But playing trash cans on there and then different symbols over everything, like impossible. So I had to figure out a way to
a lot of layers.
Yeah, figure out like some sort of agreement on and compromise on how to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, live it translates.
So it turned out well. What are you hearing at shows? I actually want to talk about that too. It's are you lining up more shows? I know you have one. You have one coming up on the 19th. You have a couple next month.
Yeah, August and September is starting to book up solid. We have one at the end of the month here in Chicago, and then a lot of travel dates coming.
Okay.
We're headed out to Nashville, also Alabama. So looking forward to that couple of festivals. And again, because of the songs, we're starting to finally get the momentum we need, and even starting to book for next year already. And it's like, awesome. We're ready to rock. So it's great to see the offers are starting to come on in. And then it's like, well, shit, you got to look at a calendar. Like, are we booked this day, or am I going to double book this? I had a couple of times where we accidentally double booked, and we had to go back and be like, hey, can we do another date? So
that's kind of got to be a good feeling, even though it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's like you got some name recognition going now.
Yeah. And, when Behind His Eyes took off, when we didn't expect that, we were trying to catch it by the tail.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, shit, we need to get out there. We got to start playing. So finally, the momentum's happening with shows, and then Broken Home again. Now festivals are starting to hit us up, and it's like, all right, here we go. Taking a show on the road. Time to jump in the RV and go.
Well, that's cool stuff to look forward to. So people have to keep on watching, keep their eyes peeled, man.
Yeah.
Where would you say is the best place to keep up with COR?
Definitely Facebook because it's moving the fastest with information. That would be the quickest. Then Instagram, I would say second, but Instagram is more photo based. So if you're looking for quick updates, Facebook gets it the first. Our main website gets it last because once everything is finalized, then it gets put up on the website. But as soon as like an announcement goes out, whether it's from us or a venue or a festival, it's going out on Facebook first before we even get to put it out there sometimes. So that's the best way to check it out.
It's like I noticed that on the website, and I was wondering because I have. That's why I phrased it the way I did, is because normally website first and then socials second. Well, I've noticed over the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, when a band wants to get something out there quick and it's finalized, they know it's finalized, they can get it on Facebook or Instagram faster than they can get it on the website.
Yeah.
So that's what you guys are experiencing?
Yep, same
Yeah.
exact thing. And
they notified us.
yeah, like we've had some like I think next month a festival or show, like we found out officially that we're on it because they put the announcement out before we even knew we're on the bill.
Oh, wow.
So we got tagged, and I remember hitting the guys up, and I'm like, we just got tagged on Facebook and Instagram about the show. Is this official? Because they made it official before us we knowing it was official, and we ended up just resharing that we're on the bill.
Call their booking agent like, this is correct, right? Yeah, it's on. All right, great.
So that's all I do is just talk to somebody at a venue here, make sure they have an open date, and then say that, yeah, I have COR from Chicago coming down. That's all I do. And then you guys see it and you come down here and play the show.
Like we'll know that. Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen that way because that would be really messed up. We know we're working on that show and possibly going to be on it.
Yeah.
But then we're waiting to hear, is it official? And then sometimes they're jumping it quicker before letting us know that it's official, because we get all the details that this is going to be put out such and such date, and then it'd be like 12:01 midnight, boom, it's out. It's like, oh, okay, well, so much waiting until 10 a.m. next day.
And now our social media is really moving fast. We got notified by Facebook that we were at the top 4%
contributors, creators or something like that.
Our reach just went way further than it has.
Oh, really?
The people who didn't even or weren't even aware of us are now seeing us.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I mean, just trying to follow our page, it's like, oh my God, I'm swiping, just trying to see what's going on. Always something happening. So now we're doing more work to just keep out the content going and just one thing after another. So that was really cool to be notified by Facebook. I was like, wow, we're actually doing something.
Damn. That's why did they give any reason why the reach stretch further as far as percentage goes? What's the algorithm?
That's what we have been trying to figure out, because we started seeing an increase of, it's like, and if you've mentioned or probably seen before, is where you would have to boost the post for more people to see it, right?
Yeah.
You can increase it up to like 5 or 10%, whatever they say it is. Suddenly we get notified that we're getting recognized as top 4% creators. And then suddenly now our reach is doing that without paying. It was weird, and then you could still pay for it to increase it more, but it was like, who's controlling what then, And then the other thing that we started to think about is, well, how many people haven't been seeing our stuff before, Like, is there a switch and some guys like, flip it. All right, there you go, guys.
Zuckerberg's got someone locked up in a dark room.
So, like I said, I really don't understand some of it. Like my the Twitter pages for my stations got shut down. And all of a sudden I just went there one day and it said it was permanently suspended. And then I got a hold of the people that run the bot to actually put up my now playing stuff, because that's all that is for. That's for the artists to see that we're playing their shit. And they're like, yeah, Twitter's getting rid of the bots and stuff. And I was like, okay, I still get like 5 to 7 thirst traps a day. Why are they not like getting rid of those bots? I'm sorry, is my now playing stuff like ruining their service or something, or what's going on? So that's interesting to hear that they do have tiers like that.
Yeah, I didn't think that was the case. I would have never have thought that.
Yeah.
And suddenly we got that instead of like, put it this way, like if I put like a post that said like, hi, everybody, how are you doing? You'd be lucky if like 8 to 10 people would see it, right? Or hit like. We actually did a test and we put our post something like that where it was just written, no pictures, no video, nothing. And 87 people hit like. It was weird.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. And it's still up on the page if you go and look and you'll see it. Like out of nowhere, you'll see like 14, 15 likes, maybe 20, 30 likes. And then suddenly no picture, no video, nothing. Just, hey, everybody, what's going on? And it's like 87. It's just like, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of, I guess I'm starting to understand is like some of these, I know my YouTube channel all of a sudden, now I went and I looked at one of my videos today, and it's got the I don't know when the hell you would call it. It tracks what I talk about or what we talk about in an interview. It was actually your interview from last year. And it actually will show you that, okay, we talk about this long, then we talk about this long, then we talk about down in the play or in the play line. And that wasn't there until like I hit 1,000.
Really?
Yeah. And because I don't push the YouTube channel or anything, that's just for the fans of the bands to see like the interviews that I park up on the page after it's on the show, because I'm not a podcast or anything. I'm an actual syndicated radio show. And I don't care. And then I noticed that, yeah, it just went over like 1,000 or 1,000 subscribers. And then I looked and all of a sudden that was there today.
That's awesome.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of similar to what the Facebook thing did. I remember just the one thing that Facebook said was that because you create content that it's for all types of people of all ages, like family entertainment based, almost like their algorithm said, this is something that we want to be pushed larger area because we can get more of our users to be attention to their content because it attracts everybody, which is what I thought was interesting.
Crazy to see.
It's not like we're putting swear words and everything up on everything. So and we keep it clean, because we do have younger kids who follow us. So, but I didn't think that had some sort of influence on the corporate level. That's just interesting.
I don't know. I just realized once again, every time I get Ben on here that where like I don't know. I get talking to you. It's like I have fun talking to you. I forget to do shit I'm supposed to do. It's like talking to Chains of a Razor, COR. Guys, if you want to get in on the conversation, you have a few minutes left. 876-109-5712 is the unique meeting ID. And your songs, when you put them together, where do you start first? Do you start musically first or lyrically first, or is it a little of both?
It's been both.
Yeah. Will might have an idea, and we'll hum it on his phone or create a beat on his desk and he'll email it and be like, check it out. I mean, you really don't know.
Like my tappy taps.
What is that, Will?
My tappy taps.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, listen to this. They're like, that's good or that's terrible. Stop that. It's one or the other.
Yeah, we put together a Will folder so that way we just put all the ideas that he has. So we just all voice memos, something something you never know where it comes from, and even being at the studio. I mean, you just Pro Tools is on and you don't even have an idea yet, and you hope that whatever comes on out, is cool. And hey, it's like, I dig this, so
you actually go in sometimes with with no idea whatsoever what you're going to do.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I mean, pretty
yeah.
much was a majority of the album was like that. It was like scratch, lay out a give me a tempo, and hopefully something comes out cool. And you hope that continues, you know. And you can't force it. It just happens. And then before you're done, it's like, and then you hear what happens to the song as it takes shape. It's like, wow, that was nothing like what it was originally, you know. And it's cool to see it, you know, it just grow. It's very cool.
What do any of you guys, what do you think is better when bands enter like recording an album with everything all pristinely put in place and they know exactly what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, or the guys like you that should go in and create out of thin air? Which do you think is like better, more of a true band situation?
Man, that's tough. I mean, either or, you
If
know,
you're
could
gonna-
be great.
If you're gonna do like
Yeah.
a live recording of like the whole band in a room type
Yeah.
of deal and track it and get the vibe of that, then I could see if you have something kind of planned and then you're just all just vibing off each other. But if you're gonna be in a studio and you're multi-tracking, I definitely think not having any idea, because then you don't, I don't want to say dumb down your performance, because you wanna, you're doing it so many times. Sometimes you start pulling back ideas because you're physically getting tired playing,
Yeah.
right? Or mentally. So it's one of those things where if you're gonna do multi-tracking, not having anything on there, it's so
Yeah.
sporadic and like on, you know, out of the box at that moment that you're just, everybody's just vibing on the I'm just letting shit fly.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you're capturing a lot of moments that, you know, of pure improv coming on out where,
Some of which you only get once.
yeah.
So it's good to have that recorded.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, we got to recreate that. You can't because you
I mean-
suck. You know?
Yeah.
You can't force it. I get
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I get it if you have to rehearse the song, get in the studio, you're on a budget and you got to get through it quick. But there's something about just having no expectation and just capturing it. You know, I mean, in Broken Home's a great example if you want to talk about with William on his vocals. A lot of stuff you hear in there were scratch takes of him just warming up into the moment before going for takes. And it was like, man, that's the take right there.
That actually works better. Okay.
Yeah, there was, you can, the emotion, the story on how he's singing it, you know, and even like that with drums or even playing guitar on it. It's just when you get that moment and that spontaneity, that's magic.
Yeah.
And knowing a song, having it put together, and then beating the shit out of it before you get in the studio, it's like you could lose some of that spontaneity, and you know, it happens too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been in a project where we did that once, and you end up rehearsing the song so much because you know you're on a limited time because of the cost of the studio,
Mm-hmm.
that by the time you get in the studio to perform it, it's not anywhere near as cool as when you first wrote it.
Yeah.
You know, because you've rehearsed it so much and taken some things down, like some things out. You're not going to attempt to do certain fills because you're like, I can't spend the amount of time I need to on it. And you really start stripping things back. And that's an experience I've ran into before doing that. You know, unless you were creating something on the spot and you had 10 takes to do, you know, something, maybe you can get
Yeah,
that
you
way.
capture stuff that, you know, you can come back the next day and be like, hey, do that part again. And you're like, what part? Well, you did it the other day. I don't remember it. So that's what could happen. So again, you know, going in with no expectation or idea, just letting it out, and you capture it. And that we built the whole record around that idea. You know, it's like what guys like Aerosmith did, and you know, even Metallica. If you watch some of their, you know, videos of them in the studio, it's like they might have a riff or something, but they're going and hammering it out, tapes rolling while it's happening. And we wanted that approach on this album, and the result shows. You know,
Okay. All right. No, I can see that, because I mean, just thinking back in the analog days where like you were just talking about how Aerosmith would just let the tape roll, because they were famous for that. just starting the tape when they got in the studio, letting it go, and then pulling shit out for an album from that
Yeah.
one session.
Yeah, you hear stories where the producer will have the tape going, they're trying to go for takes and then they're not getting it. Then they're rehearsing it again, tapes rolling, and then that's the magic moment, and they caught it. Yeah, you even hear U2 talking about that's happened to them, where them rehearsing it in the studio before going for take was the actual song that ended up on the album, because it just was a magic vibe happening for everybody.
I think one of the best examples would be Green Day for American Idiot.
Yeah.
The record that was supposed to come out was completely stolen. They had no other material. They weren't going to release it and use it. Too bad. They went in and then they just wrote American Idiot on the spot, and that album kicks ass.
Yeah. Great album. Yeah.
Write an album in a day.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. Guys, it was so great to talk to you and have you here. I just want to thank you immensely. Will, you're awful damn quiet for a singer, man.
Well, so shit happens. What do you expect from me? I'm not a
I was
dancing clown.
I'm just in here enjoying, looking around your house as you walk through the house. So,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but no, thank you very, very much for being here. I'll stop being a facetious ass now.
Thanks for having us.
guys-
We always have a good time on your show.
Oh,
Yeah, we appreciate
definitely. And like I said, when I get talking to guys that I actually genuinely like talking to, I forget to do shit. All the time, man. Remember, public lies, we do them. You never know when it's gonna pop up. Now we are back in Facebook, and we left the Twitter's verse, whatever you want to call it, and back on Facebook. So we will be posting when we are doing them, so you can see that, so you can line up the time. And I also am trying to schedule them for night, because a lot of people can't get there because of work. And so I think I'm going to take it a little bit later. I think I'm going to take it to around 8 or 9. And also, if people want to give suggestions to people that want to hear from, bands that want to hear from, specifically SMR charting acts, people can go to the SMR charts. And if you see a band on there, you're like, oh yeah, I'm curious about so-and-so. Okay, yeah, we'll bring them on. We'll get them. YouTube chat, you can put in there. You can put it in the comments of this video, or even the guys at Real Rock Nights, actually on their website, realrocknights.com. I don't know if they got tired of listeners like bitching about things I was saying and doing or what, but they actually linked a button straight to my email and put it on the homepage. so you can email me straight from the homepage and let me know what band you want on here, and I will definitely hook it up for you, man. This show will be broadcast live on the 26th. So check out the show times that work best for you at realrocknights.com. And thanks a lot, guys. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to spend Broken Home.
Awesome.
Okay.
Peace.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Later, dude.
Stay cool.
No, don't go anywhere.
Stay cool.
Yeah,